This is Captain Joe Kent with this week's GoBaja.com fishing report. Well, today we're coming to you from Fat Boy's Bait Camp here on Jones Lake, just off of I-45. In fact, you can see I-45 up here and the lake behind us over here. We're getting some pictures of it with the seagulls flying around and the pelicans. And this has been an area where a lot of big trout have been coming in. Now, the big news on the fishing scene this week is they're catching a lot of really monster-sized trout. I call monster-sized trout over 25 inches. Those trout where you're limited to retaining only just one. Remember, only one trout above 25 inches can be retained, and most sportsmen go ahead and release them because they're so important to the reproductive part of the equation. We've been having reports from down in San Leon. Ricky Wood, who manages the American Legion post down there, was out Thursday and caught a bunch of big trout over 25 inches. He released them all. His largest, he said, was around 28 inches, but he said he had never seen action like that before in the Galveston Bay, and this is just outside of San Leon. Now, he caught a bunch of other trout, too, that were below the 25-inch mark, that he retained about 8 of them. But here in West Bay, Upper West Bay, they've been catching a lot of the big trout, and who knows how long that's going to continue. So this weekend, weather looks pretty good. If you're interested in a big trophy trout, I would think this would be the time to come. And it sounds like the San Leon area is holding a whole bunch of them as well. Either Upper West Bay, they've been catching them over in East Bay as well, up around the south shorelines of East Bay. So it sounds like they're all over, and they're in a feeding frenzy, if we want to call it that. So this would be a good time to get out and get some of your hardware, get out of the boat, wade some of the shorelines, and see what you can do. And this is Captain Joe Kent, and remember, the best time to go fishing is whenever you can. We'll be back again next week.